Hi everyone and welcome back. Today I'm really excited to bring you a review of a watch that's famous for something it doesn't have, and that's the Rolex Submariner 114060. No date is what people typically call this watch. I want to thank my friend Mike who let me wear this watch for the last week. I've really enjoyed wearing it, photographing it, and just generally talking about it. Now I'm excited to talk about it with you guys. So just a little bit of history, of course. I mean, a lot of us know the Submariner. Back in 1953 it was introduced, and it largely looked like this, and it was introduced without a date. So this really gorgeous symmetrical dial that you see was the way that Rolex intended it from the beginning. And you can see the symmetry with the markers here, and everything just seems to line up in four directions. It was actually not until 1965, 12 years later, that they added the date. And I think it's really fitting to review this model now because just recently released at Baselworld was the Sea Dweller in a 43 millimeter case size. What a big watch. But also now it has the Cyclops lens over the date. So Rolex is obviously taking a little bit of a different direction with that watch. This Submariner here definitely stays true to its roots. Now you might ask, is it a tool watch? Yes, it's a tool watch. It's a diver's watch. Is it a base Rolex? I think a lot of people would pass it off as an entry-level Rolex watch, but at $8,500 Canadian, is there really such a thing? I think what you really need to look at this model as is a watch that Rolex probably holds very sacred. I mean, they don't make it in precious metals. They don't make it with different dial combinations. This is a watch that they probably are not going to tamper with the basic look for a very, very long time, if ever. So rather than pass it off as a base Rolex, you probably, if you're in the market for something like this, you're probably the person that's going to purchase it more for the purism of the watch. So again, going back to the tool watch, yes, great diving watch. It has that heritage look to it, but you still get all the great modern innovations that Rolex has to offer. You've got that 3130 movement. You've got that great 904L steel, which you definitely didn't have access to back in the 50s. Parachrome hairspring, so as a tool watch, it can take a beating and keep on ticking. And, this ceramic bezel. This ceramic bezel is a long life piece, very scratch resistant, and it pairs perfectly with that glossy black dial. Large indices have the new chromolite lume in it. So, I mean, Rolex intended the Submariner to be a watch that could be easily read either in the boardroom or in the depths of the sea, and this current model really does epitomize that. Very easy to read watch. Definitely a blue chip investment as well. I mean, this is a watch that's desirable by a lot of people, so if you buy one and you ever need to get rid of it, probably an easy, quick sell. A lot of people ask me, do I miss the date on this watch? And I got to admit, yes, there was a couple of times this week where I looked down for the date and it wasn't there. But then I saw the nice clear dial, very legible, and I just looked at my phone or my computer for the date and it was all good. It probably wouldn't make me not choose to buy this watch. That being said, I do have a Submariner of my own with the date, and I really enjoy that very much. So I'm not that much of a purist that I would shun the Submariner with the date. So who's buying this watch? Like I said, don't look at it as an entry-level Rolex. Look at it as something that you're going to have a lot of fun with. It could be an only watch for somebody if you're not a collector. Definitely looks at home in a lot of different situations with a lot of different clothing types. And I'd be even really excited to put it on this black and gray NATO strap and see how that looks. I might do that before I give the watch back to Mike. So anyway, that's my review of the no date Rolex Submariner. A great watch, no doubt, and definitely a staple watch of any collection. I hope you guys have enjoyed this. Leave your feedback in the comments, whether you would want a date or not a date or any other thoughts. And I'm excited to read them. Until next time.